Darryl Charles.
Setoiyo.
Alex Pearlman.
Ayo.
Knockout Nerds.
We are back.
Guys, thank you again for watching the Knockout Nerds, for subscribing to the Knockout Nerds, for following the Knockout Nerds, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the things. We appreciate you. Share this with your friends. Also, remember, July 2nd, Darryl Charles.
Yes.
Headlines, Punchline Philly. I will be there featuring. Also, remember, Alex Pearlman going on tour.
Yes, sir.
All the 12 cities.
Yeah, crashingouttour.com. It's me and Phil DeFranco. We're doing our podcast, Crashing Out Live. We're going to be reacting about news, current events, you, and more. Find out more at crashingouttour.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. We're back again.
Yeah.
This is good.
On the only show that does plugs up top.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the only one.
The only one.
Oh, we got to get it out the way now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I had a fun interaction yesterday at the club late at night.
Yeah.
Some dude asked me like what my stand-up was about, and I was telling him it was about hantavirus and how I'm just trying to repurpose all my COVID jokes because comedy's hard.
Yeah,
and
it's very hard.
might as well, if you can repurpose, you go for it.
Hey, you ain't heard it yet.
Yeah,
may not be new, but it's new to you. Isn't
That's
it?
the hardest thing with comedy, actually. The hardest thing is reminding yourself to just like nobody's here to heard it.
Uh-huh.
That's my problem with the crowd work shit.
Yeah.
I have my problem with the crowd work shit, especially with people doing crowd work on specials.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? The crowd work online is because you weren't supposed to be burning your joke.
Yes.
But the thing is I've discovered about burning the joke, you should post the joke too.
Yeah.
Because the same people, I get it all the time. Like I'm sitting here in my Philly shirt, right?
Yeah.
I got my Eagles shirt on here. And the amount of times I post all the time about being a Philadelphia fan and living in the Philadelphia region.
Yeah.
Right? The amount of times whenever I mention something, I mention Broad Street. Somebody, I know you were in Philly. I know you're from Philly. I know you're from around Philly. And number one, I'm not from Philly. I just my wife does want me to make a big deal.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm not from Philadelphia. Okay, I didn't go to a specific school here, but I did live here for a decade.
Yeah.
I stole my wife from here.
Yeah.
I showed up and I said, "Ooh, a native, a native Northeast
her.
Philadelphian, in Neasty." And I plucked her and dragged her out to the suburbs.
I was there.
But the amount of people.
I was there the day it
Yeah.
happened. Yeah.
But the amount of people who don't even realize, and it's a part of my personality.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing I say with if you got a good joke, post it.
Yep.
Because also, if you got a good joke and you're only telling it on stage, somebody else is going to steal it and then they're going to post it.
That's true.
Fact.
And that's how Robin Williams became famous.
All right.
But then he was like, so you what do you think about masks? And I was like, really? Is that
Why are we still?
That's it. They brought up masks?
Yeah. It's like, did you feel like you were getting had? And I was like, well, and it's funny. I was like, well, no, because
No.
it does stop people from
Breathing.
catching disease,
Yeah.
and from passing it around.
Yeah.
And then I started getting, because I had a couple in me, and I was like, in for a penny, in for a pound. Let me make this not a fun conversation with this guy. I was like, well, do you know about? Actually, I brought up what we talked about on the podcast. I was like, do you know how the before we had the FDA, they were putting like formaldehyde in the milk and like arsenic in candy, and how it was killing people? It doesn't kill everybody.
Yeah.
It gets the weak first. That's what was happening with COVID.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I
see you. Yep.
Let me get it. And I was just like, got
No,
you.
that's the thing.
Got you.
There is a beautiful thing to any comedian who may be watching this. And when they come up to you after the show or before the show and they start talking nonsense to you, brutalize them. that is you don't empathize. You don't empathize with the enemy because they want to sit there and inflict their shit on you. Especially I'm gonna talk to the black comedians, especially because them pale faces. They gonna come over and Alex, yes. You are a pale face. But
no, I know.
But
listen, real fast. I understand when people are like white people.
Yes.
Or they say men.
Yes.
And then some asshole wants to be a hashtag, not all men.
Yeah.
I understand not talking about me.
Yeah.
They'll come up to you and they want to ruin your time by centralizing themselves in your fucking life. Wherever they choose to take that conversation, you beat the dog shit out of them with that topic and you make them uncomfortable because they know that they are making you uncomfortable. They do not get to steal your joy. Brutalize them, hurt them, make them regret that they did it, make them want to buy another drink at the bar to get away from you.
Yeah.
That's how you keep yourself safe.
And real fast, I had an addendum to that.
Yeah.
In real life.
Yeah.
Online,
Yeah.
block that motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
They are looking for engagement.
Yep.
Online, they're looking for engagement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they are if I had this shit all the time, people talk shit on me in my comment sections or wherever, and I know what they want.
Yeah.
They want the eyes on them.
Yeah.
They want the touch. They want me to say a thing, and then that way they'll get more views than they ever got in their life.
Mm-hmm.
When somebody's cornering you at a bar saying crazy mess, they're bringing up masks.
Yeah.
2026.
Yeah.
Jesus
Fuck
Christ.
this motherfucker.
Yeah.
If they're doing it online,
Yeah.
because they're trying to gin up something.
Mm-hmm.
And so all you gotta do, my favorite thing on Meta products, on whether it be Facebook or Instagram, restrict button.
Yeah.
They don't even know.
Yeah.
That I still see them.
Mm.
Sure.
I gotta approve your comment
Yep.
now.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing.
And I never do.
Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
They're like, oh, I made that comment. I got 1,000 likes. I called him a ginger bitch. Okay.
All right.
And I restricted you.
Yep.
Do it again.
Do it again.
Try it. It's amazing.
Hey,
Guess what? There's no free speech in my comment section.
Guess what? You had it once, you'll never have it again.
Nope.
You flew too close to the sun. I take it from you.
Yeah.
That's what we do. So, in any event, hot takes.
Yes.
Daryl Charles, what's yours?
Oh, so many people like to comment
Mhm.
that we're haters.
Mm-hmm.
That we hate Drake. We hate Leonardo. And we don't hate these people.
We don't hate him.
It's just
I
fun
thought
fodder.
you hate Drake.
And we should mention Hot Takes is the section where we are just, this is pure wrestling. We're doing this to get the algorithms on our side.
You don't zhuzh in your personal, sometimes you gotta zhuzh up, baby.
It's a show.
Zhuzh it up.
But I want to give a shout out.
Yeah.
And I would like to have nothing but reverence
Mm.
for who I want to shout out. And that is the program on HBO called Real Sex.
Mm.
God bless that program. It was a great program. It was able to take the incessant horniness in a young Darryl Charles.
Mm-hmm.
It's also alive in the old Darryl Charles, but in a young one who was just like, ooh, titties.
Yeah.
And then teach me
Uh-huh.
not just about sex and the different ways it's done, but about the variety and the beauty of the diversity of the human condition.
Yeah.
They would show you some of the weirdest people.
Yes.
They eating sushi off of bodies, popping balloons with their butts. It's probably the first time I saw cake farts, but they did it in a documentary fashion that didn't make light of them. It just said, these people are doing
They
this.
exist.
There was always an order.
Mm-hmm.
There was an order to every Real Sex. I remember because I used to watch it a lot. It would always be the first one would be people having a sex toy
Mm-hmm.
competition, right? Or they'd be like, oh, we're playing with them. And then the next one was old people in mud. And then they'd be like, stick around though. We're going to Magic City.
Yeah.
Right.
And you're like, oh, we're going to Magic City. But first, clowns. Like,
Yeah.
oh. And it taught you a balance.
Yes, it
It
did.
also taught you that there are yums out there that you shouldn't yuck,
Yeah.
Right.
but you won't be fine yummy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And which is good. I think too many people, because we live in an algorithm now, right? With FYPs,
Yeah.
For You pages.
Mm-hmm.
So many things are designed to only show us things that we either love or we hate.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It doesn't show us anything. We just go, I'm indifferent to that.
Yep. Fact.
When you meet somebody who wants to put on clown makeup
Yep.
and have sex with each other while covered in pies, I go, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I hope you clean up well or you'll get ants.
Yes. Yeah.
It sounds like y'all are having fun.
Yeah.
It looks like this is a good time for y'all.
It sounds like it gives you fulfillment and enjoyment, and y'all come hard and you have fun together, and that's beautiful. I don't want to yuck your yum in the midst of all of this. I have no feeling about it, independent of what I've just said.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, that's great.
And that was the beauty of that show. And I think the unmitigated genius of it was that they knew my 15-year-old ass was rock hard ready to watch something.
Because you always knew you was going, if nothing else, I'm going to see all this other stuff that I was not familiar with at the time. But, I'm going to get so much titty and butt.
Yeah. They're going to throw a titty at you.
And again, brother, that's why I used to love the HBO free weekend. Y'all don't know about that. It makes me feel weird even saying it. But, bro, when they had that free weekend and you checked the listing and you saw a Real Sex come on, brother, I had that blank VHS.
You know what's crazy is actually it's when we went to streaming, that's what destroyed all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I remember when HBO Go rolled out
Mhm.
with the streaming, they had a little adult section.
Did.
They did.
And then they slowly got rid of it because they used to have they had a bunch of the Real Sexes on there,
Mhm.
and a few of the other ones. What's the other show they had?
It's on the point and like the taxi cab confession.
Taxi Guy Confession was the other one.
Yeah.
That was the other thing I liked on Real Sex too, was when they would have the couples.
Yes.
Chappelle made fun of it.
Yes.
a couple times.
Yeah.
But they have the couples talking. You're like, okay, you can have an open conversation on the streets of New York.
Yeah.
Only the streets of New York is the only place.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had Taxi Cab Confession, and they switched over onto Showtime,
Uh-huh.
and you had Red Shoe Diaries.
Mhm.
Nothing like David Duchovny on the
No.
worst beach you've ever seen, reading a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Red Shoe Diary. It was a different world.
It was, and especially even at that time, we had Real Sex, And then MTV even had sex in the 90s. Like there were these shows that honestly, I feel like for a section of young boys at the time, it really helped inform. And also you were hearing so much from grown women's perspectives.
Yeah.
Even if they were into things that you hadn't heard about before, you weren't into. And then there were just women who were just talking about what they did and didn't like in sex and all these other things. And it was like, oh, okay, cool.
They're people.
Well, yeah, but it's providing a perspective
Right.
that I am not seeing in just regular pornography.
Yeah, it was also something you couldn't fast forward through. That's the big thing. That's a big thing. But also the fact that you had the MTV show you're bringing up, and there's a few others too, where they were sexual without being pornographic.
Yeah.
Because there is a difference.
Yes.
When you'd have these moments of them literally sitting there talking and be like, listen, this is a toy factory.
Mhm.
We use a specific type of silicone.
Yep.
And you're like, oh.
Yeah.
I sat down here with my lotion.
Yeah,
And I just learned about chemistry.
Yeah.
That's a different world.
And it's a beautiful thing, and I think that the kids are missing that now.
Yeah.
Because the story after story about how kids aren't having sex, or they're waiting longer to do that stuff, and that's all well and good. But I think it's because if the only thing you get to see is hardcore pornography, which again is an athletic competition between two people who have honed their bodies in order to be able to turn out at an angle and still provide maximum thrust, you don't get a good idea of like what the variety of pleasure in the world is.
Pornography, like modern porn, is pro wrestling.
Yeah, it's a sport.
It's not a real fight. It's the same thing like when you look at a fight versus you look at pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Right.
Like nobody does a Hurricane Rana. Well, once in a while.
Yeah.
Once in a while, somebody pull off a Hurricane Rana.
Mighty Mouse
in a
will
real
show
fight.
up and do something like that.
That's fine. In like an actual like octagon fight.
Mhm.
It's never going to happen. It's not a regular move.
Right.
And it's the same thing with these movies.
And I can understand why some of the newer, the younger generation is kind of discouraged, because it's like, yeah, big dog, like in theory, you can have, for a younger boy, let's say young man, you can have, your lady puts her leg up on the steps and a weird angle, and you're doing the thing, and and then she can come to conclusion in some instances, but like, you're watching and you think that's normal. That's not normal. That person is just doing, how much stretching they did to hit that position? And they got to hold it, and they got to do it again, and they got to take still shots, and they got to do all this other stuff. And I can imagine if that's your introduction.
With 6 other people in the room.
With the AC off, because they can't run the AC because you can hear it through the
Motherfucker, we're in this room right now. We can't run the AC. I am sweating so hard. You're like, let's do hot takes. I want to say something real fast. I told my wife I was doing this show. All right. And she said, be careful. You're going to the show with two of probably the most divorced men possible. You built up your brand in a very specific way on the Too Many Times podcast, where it's a husband-wife duo sitting next to each other talking about different topics.
We are pro-relationship.
We are pro-relationship. But I want to say what you just said was important.
Yeah.
It was important, okay, to any of my fans who tuned in who are not used to me having these conversations. This is what Papa Pearls kind of talks about sometimes.
Yep.
On the side.
Yeah.
On the side.
On the side.
We did a don't tell, I think, and we were like chilling in the green room, and somehow the conversation went to something in this realm, and you were just like, there was a moment you were like, why is it, Darryl, that you always make this happen?
It is. I don't know what it is, man. There's something about you.
No, Darryl,
you're a very sexual being.
Freak nasty, boy. Hey.
And I'm now alone. You hear me?
Outside.
Outside.
With the street.
Not alone, but
you'll be outside on July 2nd.
Parks Lodge, Philadelphia.
Get your tickets.
We could be outside together.
No, I think this is one of the things though too is you find out, like for me with doing content, everything certain things brought me to the dance and people's algorithms.
Yes.
They know me for certain things, and then every now and then I sit in a basement in Port Richmond and Philadelphia with no AC on.
Yeah.
And I'm underneath hot lamps.
And the truth comes out.
Real Sex on HBO was a very important show for me.
It was.
It was real, but the thing is, Real Sex is the reason why I can have an open mind.
Yes.
And I think that's the thing. That was the real lesson, and that's why I'm bigging it up.
Yeah.
It's because it implanted just an open-minded idea about other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yes.
And how I didn't ever want to be near nudists.
Right.
Yeah. Nudists, listen, nudism sounds great on paper.
Yeah.
And then when you see nudism in the flesh,
Yeah.
you go, nobody.
You have to accept,
You have to accept a lot,
all
real
the
fast.
bodies.
Yeah.
Real fast.
Yeah.
And there's a beauty to it.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily. That was the thing that blew my mind about the nudism stuff. Was like, oh, these people just like being naked.
Yeah, it's like being naked. It's not even sexual.
It's not even really a sexual thing. Like maybe a little bit.
I'm so hot right now, I would rip my shirt off. I don't want to. I bet I don't have the comfort with my body like that.
Right, but that's the thing. It's a comfort with the body thing,
Yeah.
not necessarily a ooh, I want to see the jiggly parts.
Yeah.
Alex Perlman, what's your hot take?
Right now, these fucking lamps. I'm dying, dude.
I mean, we're doing.
I am sweating so hard. But I want to acknowledge it because if I don't acknowledge it, then it's gonna be like when Nixon did the
debates
debate against JFK. Yeah. No, honestly, I'm going to talk about it's shoes. I want to bring color back to men's shoes.
Yeah, okay.
For the love of God.
Yeah.
I went to and listen. I know immediately sneakerheads go, no. If I go to this thing, I pay $200. No, I'm talking about normal shoes.
Yeah,
regular DSW shoes. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking about. I go around to men's shoe stores and I go looking for shoes. I look for color now because every shoe is black, gray, white, or brown. They don't got color. That's why I bought these. Like people are like these are pride shoes. No, these are the only shoes with color. And I do happen to wear them in June.
Yes,
to let people know.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
Yeah,
but that was the thing is I looked around the entire DSW. This was the only shoe. All the other colors too. Even on this, they're muted.
Yeah,
everything's muted. They're killing our flow.
They don't want that creativity. They
it's
don't want
the same
that.
thing. It's the same with shirts.
Yeah.
I told it so many times. I'm tired of graphic tees that are on black blanks. Give me a purple.
Yeah.
Give me a yellow.
Yep.
Give me some color. When I go and I watch, old pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Or I go and watch old fights. The thing that always strikes me of the arena is the panoply of colors in that audience. People are in all sorts of different dress. And then it's about 1998 hits.
Yeah.
And every shirt turns black.
Yeah.
And we got to bring it back. A black shirt every now and then is fine. I understand. The blanks are cheaper. The design might look good on it.
Yeah.
That's fine. I get it.
Yeah.
There's not a time and place. But not every fucking shirt. Hot Topic has its time and its place, but give me a pink.
Yeah.
Give me a hot pink shirt.
There is something
It is
about,
97 fucking degrees outside.
Right.
There's a sun. It's absorbing the colors.
Yeah.
Bring back color. I want to see beautiful colors on people.
Yeah.
I want to see your personality come out. When everything is either black, white, or gray, that is for flippers. They keep saying the millennial home, right? Like they like flipper gray. We don't like flipper
No, we
gray.
don't like 'em, yeah.
We don't like white walls. We don't like beige. That's what the landlords gave us.
Yeah, thanks.
Because it was the least offensive thing. It's the same thing with the cars.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you look out on the road,
Yeah.
every car is silver, black, gray. There used to be a little bit more champagne.
There used to be a lot more red. And
There used to be a lot
different
more red.
and different
And brighter
and
red.
brighter red. Now it wasn't this dark red
Yeah.
shit. You would have some bright red, damn near hot.
I'm sick of it. We bought a new car last year and we were at the dealership. The thing that got me, it drove me fucking crazy, is they had white, black, and there was like this darker red. And they go, and this year we're doing a blue. Look at this year's you're doing a blue.
We used to have 4 shades of blue on these cars.
Dude, there used to be
Motherfuckers
so many options, but then somebody moneyballed it.
Yep.
They sat there with Excel spreadsheets, and they said we can make every car. If we make every car white, then nobody has a problem buying a white car or a black car. I got a problem because it's hot as fuck, and it's absorbing the heat.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to find it in the goddamn parking lot.
Yeah. Oh my god.
And every car in the parking lot's a black Rogue.
Yeah.
Now I gotta walk. I gotta beat.
Yep.
I gotta go look for it. Also, bring back bumper stickers. I know we lost bumper stickers because of leases. Nobody puts fucking. I got stuck behind a car today, and I was so happy they had so many bumper stickers. And I knew to hate that person. I hated them for the content of their characters, Setoiyo.
Yep, you sure did.
All right,
you sure did.
Because they had pro life shit. They had a John McCain sticker on the back of their car, and I said, "Fuck you."
Yep.
But I appreciate you putting it on the outside of your car.
Thank you.
I'm happy that you let me know who you are.
Well, you cannot get over it, and that's because of you.
Exactly.
And honestly, we took all the bumper sticker politics.
Yeah.
And moved it to the bio of a page.
Yo,
we gotta put it back. Put it back on the cars.
Put it back on the cars immediately.
I would say when I bought my house, buying a house in Pennsylvania was difficult in 2022.
Yeah.
It was because it depended on the day when you were driving around.
Yeah.
It was some people still had the Trump signs up. And then let me know. It was actually helpful.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to live next to you. I
always said that was the one thing I liked about all those Trump signs. Was like, you knew where you were.
Yep,
I knew what neighborhood I was in.
You knew where you were.
And now they act nice.
Yeah.
They go, oh, you want some Rice Krispie treats? I go, no.
Turns out, my social capital is in hell because of what I did.
Listen.
I never really followed politics, and everything's too political. Can we just get back to... No, I like community as well.
No,
fuck you.
Oh, no.
I remember.
We actually got, my wife and I were driving past the other day. We noticed all the people had the Trump signs up, and they kept them up this time along. They come up to about 6 months in. And then they all vanished one day.
Yeah.
It was around tariff time, Liberation Day.
Buddy.
Them tariffs hit. Suddenly all them signs went away, but we remember.
Yeah.
I was telling her, I was saying, last night I had some drinks.
Yeah.
And my wife don't drink, which is great.
Yeah.
And so she's needed DD, so she's driving me home.
Oh, that's so beautiful.
And she was like, I remember that guy. That guy had a Trump sign up. I said, you know what I really wish I could do? I wish we had like spears.
Yeah.
With a flag on it.
Hell yeah.
It just says, we remember.
Yeah.
And we could just drive by and just stake them right into the front of their land. Just so they know that we know.
Yeah, we know. We didn't forget.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be so
There was one guy, he had all these signs out. I'm voting for the outlaw. Okay, well, you got robbed.
Yeah, the outlaw robbed you.
Yeah.
Shocking.
That's
Shocking.
amazing.
And he shits himself. Shocking. They don't want to... Did you see the pic? They know. Some of your parents voted for a man that when he goes outside to other countries, they be holding their nose
He's
when
wearing
they're
diapers.
next to him because he's wearing diapers and he shit himself.
I can tell.
And you wouldn't argue with them. You wouldn't argue with your family to prevent this. You allowed it.
Some of y'all, you did it.
You did it.
Some of y'all did.
You did it
Some
yourself.
of y'all did. Some of y'all did.
The North remembers.
And don't ask for forgiveness.
Never.
Just don't ever tell us.
Actually,
hide that shit.
You know who you are? This is who you are. You're in them pictures from the 50s and 60s when black people was trying to live and them young white girls and them young white boys was being heinous pieces of shit.
You're in the background yelling.
Use them. Yeah.
That was you.
That was your grandfather. That was your grandmother. And you carry down tradition.
But your grandfather did it on the sidewalk.
Fact.
Your grandma stood in the middle of the street carrying a sign.
Like adults.
You did it in a YouTube comment section saying Joe Rogan is right.
Like a fucking
They're
coward.
putting kitty litter in the schools. Moron.
Yeah, you dummy.
I would say that. Like, here's my last hot take.
Yeah.
Because I'm not doing another episode.
Yeah, no.
My last hot take. Stop asking me to forgive MAGA when they're still fucking us.
Yes.
There's so many people come online and they start telling us, we got to forgive. Okay, well, they're not done.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
Forgiveness needs time.
Yeah.
Also, forgiveness needs an apology.
They're in the middle of stabbing us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be. Jesus said, sure, just turn the other cheek.
Yes.
But you can also block.
You can block, yeah.
You can also block.
Yeah.
He said, turn the other cheek. He didn't say hug the motherfucker.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so, like, there's a part in that of like, yeah, we got these moments right now where we got to get through it.
Yes.
We're getting through it. But don't ask me to fuck right now. Don't pull out the guitar and start doing Kumbaya. Yeah. No, because they want to play Kid Rock with the speaker, and that's violence.
Yeah, it's violence. You guys are sitting there now, like, no, they can't be. Forgiveness is ridiculous because you're sitting there talking about people who many of them are not repentant for the things that they've done, will never be, right? It's only the fact that they're now getting fucked that they are having buyer's remorse. Some of them. That doesn't mean we on the same side of any goddamn thing. If there was a functional fascist over there, they'd be over there with them. They'd still do it. They'd still do it 9 times out of 10. And even if they sit there and they say, I voted for the wrong guy, that doesn't mean that they want people like me and the others to have rights.
It doesn't mean they wouldn't vote for the next wrong guy.
Exactly. So there is no forgiveness to be had. I don't think there is a kumbaya moment to be had. That's kind of weird. Why would I sit there and sing a song with someone who doesn't believe that I should exist? That is kind of nonsensical. I do not. And again, I am not a Christian. I don't believe in peace with people who will not be peaceful, who believe that violence is the answer, who believe that might makes right so long as the might is being meted out against me and people who are marginalized. I would never sit there and be like, let's engage in forgiveness. I don't forgive you. Why would I forgive you? You don't like me. I don't like you. I don't have to like someone who don't like me. That's ridiculous. That's just utterly, utterly ridiculous.
All right.
My hot take.
Yes.
That wasn't it?
No, that was not it. My hot take is white American men, you have no idea how far you have fallen.
Okay.
I don't ever know if you were that high up to begin with. But to the depths of hell that you have descended into is shocking, even to someone as such as myself. The World Cup is here. And for all of the issues that have taken place with an incompetent government making this a bit of a farcical situation, I have had the opportunity to meet many white male Europeans, especially doing comedy the past number of days. They drink in a way that makes you look like children. They
say the Euro whites.
The Euro whites.
The Euro whites can drink the
Euro
American
whites
whites under the table?
Not only drink them under the table, handle their booze.
Oh.
When they are loud, but when they're loud, it's joyous. They say please and thank you. They say excuse me when they bump into you. And they will come up to, and I know they're just white men still at the end of the day, but it's an incredible thing to see a sloshed out Scottish boy who's a total bro and is a total douche be like, yeah, it's kind of weird to me that you guys don't have health care. Like, I really wish for that for you. And I'm like, I don't trust this. Don't fucking do this to me. Like, they do not they white just like you. And I know they have their problems and I know they got their issues, but even on some of the base shit, they're like, hey, what? I had a Swede. I had this Swedish man, Johan something or other was his name.
That sounds Swedish.
He came up to me the other day and he was like, yo, you're really funny and all this stuff. And I was like, oh man, thank you. That's really cool. It's like, yeah, the guys here are really weird. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, I've met other like Americans who are like their family's Swedish, but they say they're Swedish. They're not Swedish. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's the overt racism. That's the culturally overt racism America that they've been steeped in. America got them.
They're white before they're Swedish.
I was like, I even said to him, no, he's not Swedish. He's just an American white. I was like, I'm sorry. Those are two different things. He will fall back on that for the sake of identity. I met Irish boys and I'm like, yo, and I'm saying this, you white Irish? You not Irish. You white. I've met those Irish boys. Y'all not them. You not them. You falling too far.
Yeah. They want the tattoo. 26. They have the 26 plus 6 equals 1.
And they'll tell you on Facebook how they know how slavery works because their people were enslaved too. I know you will. And them Irish whites that I've met don't fuck with you. That's the message.
I haven't sat next to him when he's on his shit like this in a while.
I know. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta hold on. You gotta just grip.
It's like
you gotta grip. Be like, eventually we'll be brand safe.
That's fine.
Eventually.
I landed the plane.
No, you're right.
The plane's landed.
No, you're completely right though, because a big part of it too is what happened with white Americans especially.
Yeah.
Was to remove the culture.
Yep.
Because that way we're quote unquote assimilated.
Right.
It's why one of the reasons why Jews, Muslims especially, and Indians especially have been targeted so much by racists online, but also just in general. It's because they have a little bit of insular culture.
Yep.
And so when you have this insular culture to the side, that you're like, I do want to explain it to you.
Yeah.
But we're not going to change it.
Yeah.
And it isn't until eventually, like, what Americanizes it is when somebody shows up and they finally figure out, how do we get the hummus in one-time cups?
Yeah, exactly. Those little okay, we can take the hummus. Oh yeah, we like naan.
We
like naan. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, but for Islam, what's helping more than anything else is it had to be halal cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
Once you have halal, you're like, it can't be that bad.
Exactly.
That's pretty good. That's white sauce on some lamb.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to season this bitch out.
Yeah.
You know what?
Really do it.
They can vote.
Hey,
$8
for some lamb
with the soda.
That's a lot of food.
That's a lot of food.
This Mom Downey guy can't be that bad.
No. Exactly.
Can't be that bad.
Yeah. No. I do think that it's been so striking to see these white male Europeans come over, and I'm like, they dwarfing y'all, big dog. And you know why they're dwarfing y'all is because one, they have better healthcare, so they kind of look better by and large, and also it's just like, hey, and again, I'm not saying that these boys are any type of politically left-leaning at all. I would actually say quite to the contrary. I would sit there and say the things that they were talking about to me are incredibly moderate. Like they're not, it's not even revolution.
Well, it's because of travel.
Yeah.
It actually is because of travel in places that are different.
Yeah.
Because like you can travel across America, but still end up going to the same McDonald's.
Fact.
Right?
Yeah.
And you go to Europe, and you can go to McDonald's, but it's slightly different.
Yeah.
But also in the same thing, like if you travel across Europe, you're traveling across different cultures.
Yeah.
In different ways. Like we have cultural differences to the Northeast and the South and the Midwest and the West Coast, but it's still America.
It's all under the blanket.
It still has this kind of blanket monoculture on top of all of it.
Yeah.
There's just a vast difference though when you travel, and travel is what actually breaks down conservatism.
Yes.
Yeah.
It breaks down the idea of hierarchy, and it breaks down xenophobia.
Yeah.
And
But also, Europe has neighboring countries.
Yes.
We
Yes.
only have Canada and Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying inside of this, what we think of neighboring countries as states.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
It's like that's
And
like
it's not a real.
we'll talk shit. We'll sit here in Pennsylvania and talk shit on Jersey.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, if I take someone from New Jersey, I take somebody from Pennsylvania, and I set them in fucking Scotland.
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, what are those two Americans fucking talking? They're
Right,
like,
exactly.
Yanks.
Yeah,
What are those two Yanks talking about?
Yeah.
Like, well, fucking
Yeah.
And
I
so-
guess it's us.
It should also be said that
yeah.
like,
We're talking about you guys keep stealing our women with your goddamn skirts on. Fucking, you ever seen them with no fucking skirts on? Them hairy legs out?
I actually did. I actually saw them at the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Two Scottish boys, and they was rocking them kilts,
Hey.
proud as fuck.
Yeah.
And again, and again, you American whites could never. That they had so much aura with them shits on that the shoes was matching. Brother, they was cooking in them shits.
I wish I have a Utilikilt.
Okay.
It's basically a tilt with cargo pockets.
Yeah.
I got it at the Renaissance Fair years ago.
Hell
I
yeah.
wish I was wearing it right now.
Yeah.
It is so goddamn hot in here. Because you get airflow in places you've never had airflow before.
All of a sudden, the wind will find you.
Just let me tell you something. That when this podcast gets big enough, you guys get ad reads.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have stuff like MeUndies reads, and you're gonna start talking about underwear technology and things that lift and separate and cooling fabrics. The Scots don't need it.
They don't need it.
They
yet.
just got kilts.
Yeah.
They got killed. They just man spread.
And
It's hot. Man spread. That's what I'm talking about.
It is your week, Darryl.
Yes, it is.
You got to tell us the topic.
I am going to tell you a topic. This is sort of a follow-on. We did an episode before, which I brought up earlier, about the foundation of the FDA and the EPA.
Okay.
In that, we talked about the Clean Water Act and the Clean Air Act and what it was able to do to change the waterways of this country and actually make the place better to live in than what it did when the Cuyahoga River was just bursting into flames.
On fire.
Dude, a river on fire is crazy. It's
nuts.
fucking insane. I think it's such a disgrace that all ended right before we were born.
Yeah.
Because we've grown up. We actually don't know how bad it could be.
Right?
We're gonna find
We're
out.
actually like, yeah,
And
we're
that's
going to
the
find
thing.
out.
And so the reason I even thought of bringing that topic up was because of the whole data center thing,
Yeah.
right? And everybody's complaining about or being worried that like these data centers are wasting our water. And so it just made me start thinking about like, what can we do to conserve water? One of those things is advanced water filtration and actually taking wastewater and repurposing it back into drinkable water for the people.
Okay.
And so I decided to look that up.
You're talking about like in the movie Water World where they piss in a Mister into a Folgers.
Yeah. Yep.
Piss in a Mr. Coffee.
Yep.
And then have a tea.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. And so like the big takeaway, big thing is we've been able to do this for well over 50, 60 years.
Yeah.
The issue is that your average American hears that we could take water out of the toilet after you've used the bathroom and turn it back into drinking water, and they go,
Ew, because Americans are stupid.
Yeah, because we've been doing that the whole time.
Yeah,
Right.
fact.
We've been doing that the whole time.
the whole time. Like the idea that like the water that's coming out of your sink is fresh from the Alps is fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That's not what's
Yeah.
happening.
But also what's crazy is that the water that's coming out of the sink is the same water that's going into your toilet.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's actually weird in America that we do that.
And that's the thing. We could save water if we did have a secondary water system, but the problem is that you would need to build a secondary water system, and especially in the cities, our water pipes are fucking old as hell.
Yeah.
And they're breaking down. They've lived past their life because they don't want to spend the money.
One of the things that was crazy, I remember when I first moved to Philly, was how often a water main would break because they're so old. They're like over 100 years old.
Yeah.
And you don't change them until they break.
Right.
Yes.
And so they have it set up in their budgets, and they have teams that are set aside because they expect X amount to fail. But when that happens, we're basically everyone's sitting around like we're in a basement right now. We're in a basement in Philadelphia. And like when that water main goes, it is going to, if they don't shut it off fast enough, there can be issues where it would flood this basement. We'll do all this other stuff. But they'll wait instead of going and digging up the road now and going ahead and get ahead of it.
Yeah.
Why wait? Why do that?
It's always reactive. It's never proactive.
That's how it goes.
Because it would cost too much money, is what the excuse is.
Yeah.
But you go, but wouldn't it
But you'd save so much.
Wouldn't you save so much in the future?
Why do you want me to work to prevent a problem?
Right.
Why don't you just let me handle the problem poorly after the problem has occurred, and then I will
cause
put
way more damage than it needed.
But it's enough about the New World screwworm.
Right. Yeah.
But so like we've had, it's thanks to the Clean Water Act and setting up these standards that the federal government pays for cities to revamp and improve their water filtration. But we have been using our used water since the mid-1900s, like the fact of de facto reuse is what it's called. But like runoff from farms ends up in our aquifers, and an aquifer is just the clean water that we have to drink because we pull them from like lakes and shit. But we could take toilet water or just the water from after you brush your teeth or wash your hands and put it back into the system. We have been doing this for a while, but America, on average, really only does it about 30% of the water that of our wastewater gets repurposed. A lot of times what they'll do is take that water and put it into farms. Like they don't treat it quite as potable water. They put it back into the environment and let the ground.
The ground do the filter.
Yeah.
So, like, whenever you're walking down the street and they have those, like, trenches with, like, grass and shit growing in them, that's a part of the city doing that.
Oh, okay.
Right? Like, that's a part of the city doing that, and that takes extra rainwater, and they use that to feed whatever trees or plants are in there.
Yeah.
To try to cut down on how much ends up in our sewer system.
Okay.
Because then the sewers back up, and then you get poop water in the river.
Yeah.
And we can't let that happen.
Yeah.
That would be bad.
Yeah.
So, but here's the science of how we can take wastewater and turn it back into it. So there's two different approaches. There's indirect potable usage, which is what I just talked about, which is like once we get that water, we can purify it and then put it into groundwater aquifers, reservoirs, put environmental buffers, those sorts of things. And then there's direct potable reuse, where we take the water, clean it, and then put it directly back into the water supply for people to drink. All of this is absolutely possible, but it makes people feel weird. And more importantly, our politicians are cowards.
Yes.
Who refuse to stand out on a limb.
Yeah.
Be like, I know it's nasty. I know you think it's nasty because you're dumb.
You've been propagandized. They don't teach you nothing, so you think it's nasty. If we cared about you, we would have educated you from the outset, so you would understand that this is in fact natural. But we've created a group of sycophantic, racist, sexist idiots who now are children.
And as your politician, as your leader, I will take the time to teach you.
Yeah.
While I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, in fact, because it's going to happen.
Right, because it's going to happen because we have to.
Yeah.
Because we're running out of water. And the thing is that the cities that do it, like it's Orange County, California has the world's largest potable reuse system. You know why? Because it's in Orange County, California.
Right.
And they are running out of water.
Yeah.
They had to do it. But we could do it here. We could do it on.
We have there is a underwater aquifer. I believe it's under like the Great Plains. That is running out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the reason when they first sent out explorers to go look at the United States, and especially like the central Midwest. Yeah. In the Great Plains area, Oklahoma, North Texas, that area. Guy went out there and he was like, yeah, there's enough rainfall here to actually sustain farming. And everyone was like, oh, so we just killed all those people for nothing? And then he's like, yeah. And then somebody was digging, was like, I found an underwater sea. And we've been slowly draining that over the last 100 years. And once that runs out,
it's going to be
it's going to be bad.
But we can kick that can down the road by reusing our water.
Yes, we could.
Understand.
But that would be, we'd have to invest in something that isn't AI or NFTs.
Right.
That's true.
Isn't that the beauty of this place, is that there's always a solution to remedy the issue. but we not gonna do it.
No.
we not gonna do it, big dog.
This
Why?
has been brought to you by Deer Park.
Exactly, because the Nestle Corporation needs that water more than people of Flint, Michigan.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so there's advanced purification steps that can happen, that do happen at a lot of these water centers. First thing they do is just put in a bunch of screens, keep all the solid stuff out, wipes that don't break down in the water and stuff.
Yo,
like
do
that.
not flush them wipes.
Don't do it.
No, don't stop flushing the wipes.
Especially if you live in a city.
Get a bidet.
Dog.
What we've been talking about.
Get a bidet.
You need to grow up.
I want you to know something right now. I got a bidet. My wife bought me a bidet.
Uh-huh.
That I want to say it was 2012.
Yeah.
Good woman.
I don't like traveling now.
Hey.
I got one of the hooked up ones. It gets up and around.
Yeah.
Listen, when I'm on the road,
Yeah, fact.
I don't care. I know it's an all men's podcast.
Yeah.
You give 3 men a podcast, they'll end up talking about poop. But this is where we are.
Yeah.
All right. When I'm on the road, I literally sit there. I go, it's stuck.
Uh-huh.
I know there's one right up around.
Yeah.
I get home. I get to that bidet.
And
I turn that dial. I go, whoop.
Yep, there it is.
And then suddenly, you think I yell now? I'm gonna be on the road.
Yeah.
I'm at half of August, all of September. CrashingOutTour.com. You want to see me in my grumpiest? I'll be in the middle. I'll be doing 3-day weekends.
Yep.
All over, flights, up and down, barometric pressure changes, staying in hotels, none of which every toilet at different level.
Also, all of them 1-ply toilet paper. Diabolical.
Doesn't matter.
Yep.
I've stayed in super nice hotels.
Uh-huh.
I've stayed in like roadside inns.
Mm-hmm.
Same toilet paper.
Yep.
I don't know what it is. You go into I stayed in a hotel.
Yeah.
That was so fancy.
Mm-hmm.
I shared a elevator with Lisa fucking Rinna from Real Housewives.
Wow.
All right?
Yeah.
I literally stand in this elevator. I look, I go, that's Lisa fucking Rinna. She goes, and you're goddamn right. And then I was like, oh, that's a nice hotel.
Yeah.
And then I got into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Most expensive French soaps I've ever seen.
Yep.
Lotion.
Yep.
I sat down, do my business. Went to wipe, and I went, this is a harsh. Why are we doing this?
Well, yeah.
You actually don't care about
You don't care about me. And here's the thing.
All I want to say is that they don't really care about us.
And that's the reality of the situation. Yes. Stop flushing those goddamn wipes. You really need to do that.
You're destroying your pipes.
Yes. Honestly, I have a bidet. I have a portable bidet because, first of all, that Marriott, you ain't going to give me with that 1-ply. You're not finna disrespect me like that. I pay taxes. Get you a bidet. You need to grow the fuck up. You need to grow up.
You got the portable one because of him.
Yeah.
No, he didn't actually. No.
He did the ad.
No, what happened is, here's what happened.
Uh-huh.
I got the bidet because of him. And then I went crazy. And then I realized there was a better way. And then I gifted a bidet. I put like 6 people onto a bidet. I dated a woman, put her onto a bidet. Comics, have bidets because of me. And then I didn't stop because I was like, but what if I go outside and I'm somewhere else? And then I heard about the portable bidet. And then I looked up a portable bidet. And then I found out that I could get a bidet with pressure options. And I currently have a pink, beautiful bidet that is electric that has 3 pressure options. And let me tell you, that high don't play around. So when I go to these hotels, I'm as clean and as good as I ever was. Because once you get yourself a bidet, you do not go back to filth. You will sit there and think to yourself, how was I ever this type of person before, living and operating in the life like this?
You know the thing that happens?
Yeah, exactly. Than I ever was.
Yeah. When he gets on here,
Apologize.
You're talking to
No.
the clean booty.
Yeah. And, woo! No, can I tell you? So whenever we moved a few times,
Yeah.
and every time we've ever moved, I always move the bidet first.
Yeah.
I take the bidet from the old place and I move it to the
Put it
new
in
one.
first.
I make sure that's installed before we get it.
I understand.
It's the same thing with it's whenever you move, everyone wants to make sure you always have the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Because you never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Move. So I always want to get in it. And so we always hire movers or we have contractors come over for anything. They always discover it.
Mm-hmm.
And there's that moment where you can tell when they use it. Because you'll see these guys when they see it, like, look at this shit. Gay bidet, water on your butt. That's just gay.
Yeah.
And then later you just hear, and then you hear a guy come down, and they're always like, I don't want to be weird, but like fucking, what if like my cousin? That'd be so funny to get one of my cousins. Yeah. Just, what are those things from? Like $100, $29.99. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Can I tell you? I can't tell you how often I've personally reached out to Tushy Brand, and be like, let me do an ad read. let me just do an ad read. I'll sell so many fucking units.
I think Tushy's missing out because there are so many. There are more men.
They're missing out because there's another website called Tushy.
Yeah,
that's why they're
yeah.
Hey, listen, I am a fan of both Tushy sites.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to put that out there, make that clear.
Either one. You'll do an ad read for either one.
Ad read for either.
Yes. So
tell us about water.
I know. The water that will eventually be in your butt. So there's advanced filtration, and then there's extra advanced filtration, reverse osmosis, where they put up a membrane, which is just a screen, essentially a big sheet, and they pressurize the water through, and it does the extra filtration to remove most salts, viruses, pharmaceuticals, PFAs, and nearly all chemicals. Then after that, then you hit it with UV light, which again is just regular sunlight.
Yeah.
But it will destroy any bacteria down to the DNA and then make that water better than anything you'll get in a bottled water.
That's because democracy dies in darkness.
It's true. It's true.
That's where
it could have also killed COVID if we just found a way to put the light in the body.
Put the light in the body.
Put light in the body, and then
That's always gonna be fucking. That. There's so many moments.
Yeah.
There's so many moments from 2020 where I just sit around like, wait, did we all forget? So many moments.
So many moments.
People are like, I can't believe you do that. I can't. He did it last time.
Yeah, right?
That's what he said last
That's
time.
fucking crazy.
And the only people who I will hold at fault for that was any journalist in the room who didn't go,
yep. Yeah. How do you hold it? You actually desecrated your profession by not laughing in his face.
Yeah.
I don't need a full-fledged laugh. I get it. It's access journalism. You don't want to be kicked out. But one good
This fucking guy. This guy, right? You're this guy?
Just a
one good. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, sure, pal.
Yep.
Everything could have been different.
They're really close to doing those to Pete.
Yeah.
Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Surrender. They're real close to saying it.
Somebody's going to give him up. All right, bro. All right, bro.
Uh-huh.
When that guy did it in and was it Louisiana?
Yeah.
Oh.
When he was like, that's adorable.
Yep.
Your hat says Trump was right about anything, but it should say that you weren't right about anything.
Yeah.
That's adorable. Okay. You think about that all day?
Yeah,
like the way he instantly just nuked everything
Killed
about
him.
that man.
Killed him.
You got to just hit him with some of them.
All the time.
So, hey, advocate, tell your people, Singapore has their new water, which has ultra pure standards that they use to run semiconductors. Orange County has the biggest reuse one. Israel recycles 85% of their wastewater, again, probably because of where they are in the world. They have to, but we could be doing it here where we do get a decent amount of rain. And there are a bunch of things that the EPA and the Clean Water Act has enabled cities like Philadelphia to do to try to clean up their water and get water clean enough for reuse.
And Trump said no more.
Well,
he said,
well, for now.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is for now. But
especially in the Middle East, they have a lot of desalination plants too.
Oh, yeah, that's
where they're removing the salt from the salt water to then turn that into drinkable, potable water.
Yeah, but
which a lot of that actually is which is crazy. There's ways you can do it that actually do less energy for desalination.
Right. Yeah, but
using the sun.
Yeah. But again, a lot of that is just reverse osmosis because if you just do that, you will remove the salt.
Yeah,
and then they just put the salt back in the ocean. But saltier oceans actually might not be the greatest thing for the wildlife.
Okay, well then just put the salt somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean
that's my thought.
There are ways to do it.
We can put the salt somewhere else. Let's put it in Russia.
do you see?
They're not using it.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not using most of Russia.
No, they're not.
It's true.
Do you see once again that there are solutions? There are things that we can do.
We gotta get Mom Donnie to say.
Yeah, exactly. We gotta.
Get Mom Donnie. He knows how.
Get Mom Donnie on it. It'll be fine.
It's annoying.
What is?
Just how good he is.
Just by being competent and
it's not even.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not even like competent. It's just he talks a little normal.
Yeah.
He smiles just right.
He's got a great smile.
And then he just knows when to get out.
Yep.
And
he knows when to get out, man.
Yep.
He just knows. He just says, "I'm not touching that."
You'll like me more if you see me less.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also gonna go and I'll see him do and work. I'm gonna go and do the work.
I'm gonna show you that I'm out there with you, and I'm actually gonna do it.
Right.
I'm actually gonna do it. You need a politician like that, and then you get solutions. Then you get things that are gonna be put in play because he's like, hey, if I better your life, then you won't keep on advocating for these policies, and I'm gonna normalize this shit so that it's an expectation. I don't need you to see it as some sort of unique privileged thing. It's like, no, this is the thing that we can and should do.
Come on
given
now,
the
you make
circumstances.
pre-K free.
Mhm.
The Knicks win the championship. People start fucking.
And then there's
You've been saying you want more babies,
and hey,
and now you're gonna get a lot more Jalen's.
It's so
no,
many.
we don't need no.
Call back to the last
we
episode.
don't need.
More Jalen's,
No.
more Jalen's, more Jalen's,
No.
more Jalen's.
And a couple of cats.
I have a dream
I come to you
that this nation will be full of biracial, beautiful babies named Jalen.
We don't need no more
And we
Jalen's.
will.
We don't need. We don't. I please. You have a great mayor. Zoran is a good name for a biracial black boy.
Hey,
let's do it. Let's really get out. Let's
Kwame.
Kwame.
Yeah.
His name Kwame.
His middle name is Kwame.
Yes. That's great.
it's a good name.
We need more Kwames in the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
I always forget that Zoran's from Uganda.
Yeah, facts. He is actually from Africa. He's from the
Uganda.
continent of Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if racists were smart,
Mm-hmm.
they would yell.
Yes.
They would stop screaming that
There are plenty of people in Long Island doing that.
they're screaming, "Go back to Africa." To Zoran from Donnie.
Oh, yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, which would also, but that, I think the part that would be fun about that would be the fact that you would have these old racists with dementia who'd be yelling it, and then there's enough people don't know that Zoran's from Uganda. They'd be like, "Oh, grandma."
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
Oh,
it's long. It's Staten Island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you have it backwards. No. He's not from
Well, get her keys.
Yep.
Gator Keys.
But yes,
Time for the
Setoiyo,
home.
Yes.
where can the people find you?
You guys can find me at Setoiyo1, Setoiyo, on all the social media platforms. You can also find me July 2nd at Punchline Philly, featuring for the black gentrifier himself, Darryl,
It
Charles.
was a former life. Things have changed.
Things
Please.
have changed. But punchlinephilly.com. Get them tickets and get them now. Alex Pearlman, where can the fine people find you?
Check out crashingouttour.com to get tickets for any of the shows I'm doing across the country. Or you can buy me Pearlmania500 on every single fucking platform. I've tried to get most of them. I am not on Telegram, though. That's a Russian. I did not. Well, it's wasted time.
And we don't kick it over there.
No.
They don't pay us enough.
Yeah. I'm also not on Snapchat.
Yeah, well,
I'm too old to be on
I ain't been on Snapchat since the pandemic.
I'm too old to be on Snapchat.
Though I did a couple of anyway.
I put my foot down on that one back in, I think it was like 2014 when they were like Snapchat's popping.
Yeah.
I said, I don't care.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, I'm done.
I'm done.
That was my moment. That was when I knew I was old. I was like, I'm not learning that.
In a past life, I had some Yardameens on that. Good times. But there's a time when you have to put it away. And one day I was just like, the fuck am I doing? Get rid of this thing. Give rid.
Yeah.
It's also it's like it's the of all the time sucks. I'm like, this is the worst one. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I got TikTok because I was bored.
Yeah.
I just went. And TikTok was when I was like, I need to see what this is.
And then you got a career.
And then I got my life changed.
And then it worked out.
Yeah.
Hey, change our life.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so
Guys,
much.
follow
again.
5 stars, like, subscribe, comment. Make sure you follow these guys fucking everywhere. They're 2 of my closest friends. They're amazing. I don't co-sign their behavior, but I do, for the most part, like their takes.
Knockout, Darryl.
Knockout.